All right, all right. Welcome, everybody. I'm sitting outside today to do this live, and I'm honestly really excited to do it. I am so ready for us to have much cooler weather. But with that cooler weather, you know what comes with that? 1000% slow season for HVAC companies, right? So we have been talking about this incessantly with our clients lately about the fact that now is the time where everyone's excited about cooler weather, but our own HVAC companies, plumbing companies that are ready for extreme cold or extreme heat, and all kinds of other things that make us do great things together. So one thing I'll talk about today is what do we do? What is so scary about the slow season? And I'll tell you, to me, what is scary about the slow season is when we didn't do anything to be prepared out of the gate. Right. So if we haven't done anything to be prepared for the slow season at the beginning of the year or all year long, that is when we really struggle to have a plan of action when we need more leads. So let's get into what we can do to drive more leads during the slow season. And honestly, be preparing for that. So, a couple of things that we could do. Let's start off with the treasure trove that is your existing database. Okay. So, hopefully, guys, all year long, you've been adding new members, new people to your company. They have been watching you, they've used you for service, they've used you for replacement, they've used you for a tune up. It doesn't matter. Whatever they've used you for, you now have all of that information inside of your FSM or your CRM. One thing I'd love for those of you that are watching, tell me what CRM you're on. Are you on Service Titan, Service Fusion, Field Edge, Workies? What are you on already? Because I'd love to know. But when we talk about the scary parts of the slow season, I think a lot of truth that comes out is we haven't done the work all year long to have that treasure box ready for us to now go to and remarket to. So, a couple of things that we can do to make that better is number one, starting off, we need a strategy for every single month, how we're keeping them top of mind with us. But also, when we're reaching out to people and we're talking to them every single month, gently, as I say, soft selling every single month, we stay top of mind to them. We stay where we are the point of the point of conversation to where they trust us to be their home service provider. So let's dig in here a little bit on what that looks like. So when you add people to your database, again, people that have had to use you, so they're already on your maintenance club, is hopefully, but those that aren't. So everybody that has used your company that did not actually join the maintenance club that you have. Those people now are an opportunity for you to go back and get. So, number one, let's go get any non members to become members, right? Let's start there. Let's create that niche audience of who is not already a member of our maintenance plan. And let's go get them. Let's go after them. Let's offer them something. Hey, thankfully, for those of you that care, summer's dying down, but now we're going into the fall. We need to make sure that we're protecting you, that your home is ready for the colder weather. On the heat side, for those of the plumbing side, it needs to make sure the pipes are ready. There's lots of things that you can push out. So that should be one niche audience. Everybody in your database that has not joined your maintenance club, right? So that's number one. Whoever from Lemon Seed is on here, I think it's Lapita. Number one, Lapita, drop this in the chat. Number one, build out a non-member audience and send them an email about things and even outbound dial those people. Have your number one members send them email outbound dial people. When you out, it's about this is Andre calling from Crystal Seeing Initiative. I just want to let you know, I noticed that you're not on our maintenance plan. Right now, I would give you a insert price, $49 to make sure that we get your house for the cooler weather. We're just out there this summer. We had to do some stuff, so I'd love to be able to, take care of you this fall. And can I get you on our schedule? Right. So that's kind of what that looks like. Okay. So when you do that, that is how you're going to outbound call, and that's how you're going to email. Did you know style information? So build a non-member audience and then do outbound emails and outbound dialing. Number two is you now have also in that treasure box people that are a member of your programs. So now is the time to offer them a members only deal, right? So now we're going to offer them basically, hey, here is because you are a member of our maintenance club, here is a $500 off system replacement. So have you been waiting your with a tanked water heater, right? So what if here's an upgrade on a non-tanked, on a tankless water heater, right? So I think there's lots of opportunity that we can do there with people that are your maintenance club members. Now we just, intently reach out with some special deals. So here's what you would not want to have those same offers that are members only on your social media page for everyone, right? We need to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. So give them a little kicker. So that's my number two. Engage your current members with a unique offer for them. So those of you that offer duct cleaning or drain clearing or dryer vent cleaning, like now this is when we call up the cavalry, right? This is when demand is not our friend, right? Demand ain't helping us make payroll, right? So now we've got to create opportunities for people to feel engaged and excited. Okay, that sounds so corny, sounds ridiculous for heating and air conditioning companies to think that way, but we have to think of ways that we are the solution to a problem that they are having, right? So, and if we think through that during the fall, what problems are they having? Then we can turn around and provide solutions for those problems that they don't even know they have. So the third thing that you need to be doing is thinking about any other potential offerings that you have that can go out to people to solve a problem. So this is going to be in your messaging, right? So in your messaging, be like, hey, do your clothes tend to be drying slower? Are you worried about potential fire hazards that could be hiding in your home? Did you cleaning. And I don't know about y'all, we're not hardly any of us are getting rich off dryer cleaning. But what it does do is it makes that connection to the homeowner. It gets us in the home and allows us to get them on our maintenance plan. And now we are their total HVAC or plumbing company, right? So that's an opportunity. Dryer vent cleaning, an opportunity, right? Duct cleaning, same thing. Now you could roll into, hey, you made it through the spring and now it's time for fall where people are going to be doing what? Their pets are inside more. So there's more pet dander. There, people are burning leaves outside. There's bonfires. There's smoke. There's the leftover allergy stuff that's going to be going through. Now is the time to offer duct cleaning services. But y'all, you can't. You gotta message this to where the average homeowner understands what problem you're solving. If you run at these people with, "Hey, you know what you need to do is arrow seal." If you had arrow seal, this we would really be it would be a game changer for you. So you know what most people are like, what the heck is arrow seal? What is that? And then the people go, do I have metal ducts or what does my ductwork look like? And so they don't know how to make that connection. But if you go, hey, do you have a lot of pet dander in the air? Do you have a lot of dust? Are your vents dirty? And you want those cleaned up? We now are offering um, aggressive pricing on our duct cleaning services, right? So again, solve the problem in your messaging and then put the little soft sell at the end, right? The little soft option there. When you do that, you are now potentially creating your own demand, right? The majority of the time, and I heard this on a TikTok, and it just really set with me, right? So don't judge me that I got my marketing knowledge from a TikTok post, but it was from a marketer. So they said, "Hey, you're not a lead generation company. You're a lead capture company." And I was like, "Oh, that's very interesting." So like Lemon Seed, we don't actually generate leads, right? Like we're not your pay-per-click vendor. We are not your, website SEO or AIO people. We are basically the orchestrator of all of the things that you need to get done for your marketing, including your brand. And so we help you gain control of your marketing as a whole. Okay. So when you are looking at those things, like we are now actually though generating some demand for our services because we've told them you don't even know it, but you've got this problem. You've got dirty vents because you're dirty ducts because your vents are dirty. You've got slow drying clothes and a potential fire hazard because your dryer vent needs to be cleaned out. Okay. So those are things that you have to tell the average home consumer what the problem is and that you have a solution to that problem. So they go, oh my gosh, that is me. That is my house. That's what's going on. And so for my pest control companies, right, this is now the slowest times of the year. So listen, this is not rocket science. It goes across anyone that is home service based. If you need people to trust you to let them in your home, right? If that's what you need, then you need a strategy of telling people what they don't even know. So I'm going to make up something here because my sister from the pest control side will probably kill me. But let me say this. When you are talking to pest control companies, right, you would say, hey, do you know of termites? Are you seeing these few signs around your home? You potentially could have termites. Call us today for your free termite inspection. Is it free? Yes. But if your team is any good, it'll get me in the home for an opportunity to win that client over. So I now can get them on our reoccurring monthly services. I can potentially sell them the ideas and the protection for termites and bed bug, whatever else might be going on, right? So we have lots of opportunity there. But you have to put yourself out there. Now, this time of the year, going into the slow season, the spooky side of the slow season, right, is definitely going to be the fact that we got to get aggressive in all kinds of ways. We got to get aggressive with our advertising spend because here's why. Our offers have to get more aggressive. Because listen, you know when we don't have to be aggressive when things are good. When weather is helping us push demand. We don't have to be as fancy. Listen, hey homeowner, you need me way more than I need you. Well, listen, friend, the tables have turned. The tables have turned. Now we need them more than they need us. So we have to start having switching our mindset. Now, listen, when we get to this part in your own plan with Lemon Seed, ideally we are strategically working this and massaging this concept all year long. So we are working to stabilize the topsy turviness that is life of home services, right? All of you have slow seasons, all of you have shoulder seasons, and all of you are weather dependent. Whether we like it or not, weather is not our friend. It's one of those things. It's like that your first love. You'll never forget them, but you probably don't want them back. Okay. That's what weather is. Okay. We know we got to pay attention to it. We know it's there. But we hate it because it dictates so much. Of our business, so what you are going to do is decide right now that your mindset is shifting, that you now understand that you've got to get more aggressive in this time of the year. Start now figuring out how you are going to get more aggressive all year long. If you like to talk to us, I'd love to talk to you. There's a free discovery call with me or Lapita, so I'd love to talk to you about how we can help you stabilize that. But so let's get back to that. So we had number one was definitely our build a non-member audience. That's the easiest thing. Who's not on your membership club, pitch them the benefits of your membership. Number two, engage those current members with some special offers that are things that you can solve their problem. It's all in the messaging, right? Make sure your message is clear. Make sure your message solves the problem. Do not go at them with technical information. It is not going to end well, right? It is not going to end well because they don't get it. They don't live your life. So we need to get that way. And then now let's target past customers with those opportunities. And then my fourth thing that I wanted to tell you is you need to be working towards every single day not having the roller coaster, which that's the point I brought up about lemon seed. You need to level out your flow of new customers coming in and the demand that's generated from your existing customers. When you can do that, you will see, number one, you'll rest better. I don't know about you, but like when you're constantly on the hamster wheel of digital, it's exhausting. So, I want to talk through this for a second too about the power of not having a scary season. If I was really honest with myself, there's no way to not go through a lull. And if your business would crumble at a low fall, then we've got to work on cash flow management. We've got to work on really maximizing the heavier times of the year so that we can build up cash flow for you. Most of you don't have a lead problem. Most of you have an operational problem. And so when you have a lead problem, that's probably a spend problem. Like most of the time, I'm like a doctor of this, right? Like when I can see the whole picture of your company, odds are if you have a lead problem, you have a spend problem. But if you don't have a lead problem, you have an operational problem, right? So there's always an answer. There is an answer. There is a method to the madness. My encouragement to you is marketing is a game, y'all. It never stops. You never get to put the checkbox and then cozy up with a blanket and a nice cup of coffee and relax the rest of the day, right? Marketing is for people like Crystal that love to be like, I love to live it. I thrive in chaos, right? I thrive in the idea of what's next, shiny objects. What I've gotten better at, though, is knowing what I need to set down foundationally to build my company. Foundationally, I have to have a good brand that I'm constantly reiterating that brand and what it stands for. And I'm constantly actively seeking new customers for my business. And I'm constantly, and I know this sounds like a lot, I'm constantly building the brand. I'm constantly looking for new customers and I'm constantly cultivating my existing database. When you are constantly doing those things, you got to leave you a little room. I call it play money. One time I said this on a webinar, and somebody goes, where do I get some of that play money? And I wanted to be a smart aleck and respond and say, if you have no extra money, that's fine. But play money means that you can dabble. And honestly, whether you like it or not, friends, every single marketing tactic that you are doing right now is risky as all get out. It is risky. What you are doing is risky. At any moment, Google can flip a switch, and some of y'all are up a creek without a paddle. You're screwed. Honestly, social media could turn off today, and some of y'all would be like, "Holy crap, what do I do?" The U.S. Postal Service could stop running, and no direct mail could be delivered. What would happen? Some of y'all are like minor tweaks in the world of advertising, and y'all would panic, right? Especially heavy on the digital. So some of y'all, like, there's all this AI noise. Okay, that's noise. There's so much noise. But you know what? I've chosen to embrace those things because when we embrace new ideas and new concepts, and we can dabble. I don't know if maybe that's an East Texas word, but when we can dabble over there in that chaos, thank you, Ashley. When you can dabble over there, then you can definitely start being like, man, there's something to this. Let me work on this. So today, the pest control company that Tiffany and I do. So we set on a call today because you know what we're about to do? We're about to dabble around in some AI stuff because we want constant posting. We want to try these new ideas that are out there. We did not change one thing foundationally for our company. We didn't stop any of our existing pieces. We've left enough little bit. Now, listen, it's a small budget. We're a young company. We've left enough for us to be able to try some new things, test the waters, but not, change our whole structure. And so that's another thing that's important in this that shouldn't be scary to you as we're going into the slow season. So the best way that we can do, guys, also is training. That would be I think it's the fifth one. Training right now is how you can swallow the days that are low on lead count, knowing that you're making the most. I wish sometimes that people would look up this time of the year and say, okay, I need to train my technicians on how to close the maintenance club better. I need to close the loop for my people on why maintenance matters. Because I can tell you, even my own clients that have been with me for years will say, why is your membership not growing? I just can't get my guys to sell it. And I'm like, excuse me? I'm sorry. But that lets me know that the team, the field team, the people that have to do it, they don't really understand the why. Why are we doing maintenance clubs? And when you tell them this is so we can build a constant flow of leads and potential people, then that is how they start connecting the dots. Hey, do you want me to be able to provide you a job in the slow season? I need you to help me sell during the busy season, right? I need y'all to understand. They all should have low cost to free maintenance on their own homes. Heck, let them give it to a friend. Let them give it to a friend. They need to experience what that point is because listen, some of y'all are just not requiring your team to sell it, and then you're stressed out when there's no leads being built, right? So we have to just practice the idea of good coaching on how to get our team, and the fall time's a good time to do that. So right now, if you know, listen, Texas and Florida today, this is exactly what I heard today when I was on the phone with a manufacturer team, or actually it's a distributor. This is what she said to me. She said, Crystal, what we have done is we underestimated the true effects of all of the system replacements and repairs that were done in 2020 and 2021. And it still is residually falling out along with the tariff insecurities that are going on. So right now we're barely in a service market, much less a replacement market, right? So that let me know that, when you look at Texas and Florida, it's the litmus test for how overall the country is going to do on replacements. And listen, not looking good, friends, right? So now we have to pivot. I refuse to dig my head in the sand. I refuse to sit back and be like, well, I'm just going to have to lay some people off. No, let's get creative. Let's start thinking about what additional things we can offer, how we can offer services, how we can offer those services, and tons of cool stuff that we could be doing. Listen, if you haven't started a referral program, now's the time. You haven't started increasing your training program, now's the time. Reaching out to your non-members, now's the time. Making sure that you know how to have an outbounding service. Do you know there is two or three companies? I can think of two off the top. Contractor in Charge and Pink Collars, I'm pretty sure do outbound dialing for you. So if they're doing outbound dialing for you, then listen, if they're doing outbound dialing and you can't figure it out internally, what is keeping you from trying it for 3 months? Maybe it's cost, but again, if we're so cash poor, that's a bad place to be when we can't even try. But let me tell you what some of you will literally tell me to my face. Y'all will look me in my face and say, we have no leads, Crystal. We have no leads. And I'm going to say, oh my gosh, okay, so have those CSRs outbound. And I don't know if they can do that. They're pretty busy. I'm like, doing what? Doing what? They are supposed to answer the phone that's not ringing. So if it's not ringing, I would assume they have open time to pick up the phone and outbound dial. Now, is there some logistics that you have to work out? For sure. You got to kind of figure out, what do I do when they're not answering the calls because they're on a call? And you know what, owner, I hate to break this to you. You might actually have to get back in the swing of life and sit down at the desk and be like, hey, I want you to outbound call and I want to be here. Right? I'm going to be here to answer the phone. Some of you have decided that you're owner and you don't have to do anything anymore. Like, I just want to lord over this team. When really, you know what your team needs you to do is jump in, put your hands in there, get dirty, answer the phone, book a call. Some of you don't know how to book a call. That would be me. Like right now, if I had to enter something for Lemon Seed into our CRM, I don't do it every day. But you know what I can do? Write down all the information and say, hey, can you help me get this entered? So some of us, like, now is the time you got to get gritty, right? We got to get gritty. We got to think outside the box. And honestly, some of you probably need a partner like Lemon Seed that's helping you stay more organized and more structured overall throughout the year so that you hit less of a lull. So, hey, y'all, thanks for like jumping on this live with me. Lupita and I would love to send you a cool cup or some Lemon Seed swag stuff. Private message us your name and address and that you watched today's live. Lupita will be watching for those and we'll send y'all some cool Lemon Seed stuff that we have. But thank y'all so much for watching and what we do. And again, on the screen right now, click that link if you would love to visit with us. If you're watching the replay of this, schedule a call with me and Lupita. It's completely we're just wanting to discover to see if we're a good fit for you or if you're a good fit for us. So we'd love to help you figure out how you can get your marketing under control and feel more structured and measured. But if not, guys, have a great Friday Eve. Happy Thursday. And cheers to fall.